What's going on, guys? Nez from the Ozark School of Gunfighting. Wanted to give a quick video on ready ups. Ready ups are very fundamental. They are taking your gun from a non-ready position on target and getting it up ready on target as quickly as possible. I'm going to give you a few different positions to work on. You don't need a range, you don't need any ammo. These are things you can do inside your home, in and around your house to work on these. You should perfect these. These are things that are very basic that you need to get really good at to make you harder to kill. This will save time and allow you to be more effective and efficient in the event that you have to use these skills. All right, so we're going to the combat necklace first. Loosen the sling up, dangle this bad boy around my neck, right? Okay, so the first ready up position we're going to talk about is Sewell. Gun goes straight down, barrel's between your feet. This is good for if you're around crowds, if you're around people, if you're in a team environment where you're not stacking on doors and things like that. You're more of in a roving patrol, doing executive protection, doing things like that. Standing post somewhere in a non-permissive environment. Cheat code here is to keep this buttstock attached to your jawline. What that does is when you go to raise that rifle up, and I mean straight up on the Y-axis, it brings that red dot directly to your eyes. We don't come looping around, right? So we don't come looping around. We're coming straight up on the Y-axis. So what we do is on one, up past, red dot hits our eye, two, some back in the shoulder, right? Now what's the thing we're always gonna do whenever the red dot hits our eyes? We're gonna manipulate our safety. We're gonna get in the habit of every time that dot hits our eye, safety comes off. Every time that dot leaves our eye, safety goes back on. That's from any of these positions. So once again, Sewell, cheat code is right here on your jawline. Looking around, you got a target. Very simple, right? If you want to do it in a fluid movement instead of a 1-2, it's just there. Nothing sexy, nothing hard, nothing crazy. I'm not getting it up there, it's just smooth. You just got to be strong with your hands, strong with your movements, and use your cheat code. Up to you. Next one's retention, high port, a couple different things you can call it. I like retention because you're retaining your rifle, your weapon, to your body. You're looking directly over the top of your muzzle device, whether it be a suppressor, muzzle brake, bird cage, whatever, it doesn't really matter. What's going to take place here is you're going to, with your firing hand, drive the gun out past your armpit. As soon as it clears your chest and armpit, you bring that buttstock to your jawline, which once again does what? Put your red dot right in front of your eye, and then you drive it back into your shoulder, right? So you can be engaging from here. If you're floating the rifle properly, engage, you can sink it in and do what needs to be done from there. But it's a pretty simple process. So 1 is out past, 2 is jawline, 3 is in the shoulder. All right, 1, 2, 3. Pretty simple. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fast, nothing sexy, right? So the other one you can work on, over the optic, low ready, kind of depends on what you want to call it. It's good for flowing in and around structures, good for gathering data. It's good for pieing, it's good for working around threshold. It's not good for breaching a threshold, but it's good for working around it and gathering and processing data as fastly as you can. These are not speed things. So once again, the buttstock goes right in the top of my shoulder, and all I'm doing is looking over the top of my optic. If there were to be a target and I were to be pieing, just gun goes right here. Pretty simple, right? So, nothing crazy on that. Let's move on. Over the shoulder. This is by far my favorite way to breach a threshold. This is my favorite way to manipulate the weapon. This, in my personal opinion, is the safest and most efficient way to work your weapon in a CQB environment. Once again, this is just my personal experience, my personal opinion based off the things that I have done. Okay, so our goal here is to get that rifle as short as we can. So what we want to do is get that optic as close to our throat as possible. We're resting that buttstock on our shoulder. Okay, we don't want to have it down like this. This is going to defeat the purpose of what we're trying to accomplish here, which is getting that gun on target as quickly as possible. As you can see, if I come through a doorway like this, or I'm using this, I have to come all the way up to my eye line, twist it over, and then bring it back in. It's a lot of excess movement. When if I keep it directly horizontal over my shoulder, I just take that buttstock right along my jawline, flip it up, boom, right back into the pocket. See the difference here? This is not efficient, this is slow, takes more movement. This follows right underneath your eye line, comes right up, boom, that's where it needs to go. So if you were to step through a doorway, say you're coming in this way, coming through the doorway, and you're going around that corner, that muzzle and that red dot traces your jawline and your eye and goes right to where it needs to and settles in. Very, very simple. So once again, Optic is in the throat, or as close back as you can. Drive the gun with your firing hand across the top of your shoulder, meeting the buttstock in your jawline. Rotating the gun straight up. As soon as it hits your jawline, you can float and start engaging here, or you can bring it back to your shoulder. It's pretty simple. It's really not that hard to do, but it's one of my favorites. My quick ready up video. Thanks, guys.